Assalamu alaikum. I'm Sarah Zainab and this is my first lecture on communication skills English 3. Basically, this lecture will cover the first main content of our syllabus, that is oral preparation of skills, prepared and unprepared talks. So, my lecture have many aspects and it will be a very productive, very useful lecture for your learning, and it will cover the first content of our syllabus, and I'll discuss communication skills in um, very depth, in very detail. So let's start. First of all, I want to discuss the term communication skill. And communication skill is very close to the first content of your course, that is oral presentation skill. And you can say that these two terms, communication skill and oral presentation skill, are the two sides of the same coin. So, communication skill um is covers all the aspects of oral presentation skills. So this lecture is going to be very productive, very informative for you. So let's start with the definition of the term communication skill. Communication skill is basically a process of interaction, a process of interaction. Without interaction, without communication, we would not be able to understand anything. We would not be able to understand any knowledge, any information. So interaction gives us understanding, and the main cause of interaction, the main cause of communication is to understand and be understood by others. Fine. So it is very important for you both uh, to understand each other. The idea of interaction, the main cause of communication is understanding. Understanding of what? The information, the knowledge. All right. The third point. So, communication skills is an ability to use different kinds of information. So you can say that it is a skill, it is an ability to use information, like to gain information, to share information, to receive information through what? Through listening, speaking, observing, reading, touching, empathizing. Empathizing means to understand and share feelings of other. So it involves many aspects to get information, to understand things: listening, speaking, observing, feeling, reading, touching, empathizing, and many other forms that involves in communication, that involves in interaction or gaining knowledge. The next point is, it is also useful, it is also helpful to understand the difference in how to communicate through face-to-face interactions, through phone conversations, and through digital communication like email and social media. So, communication will help you to understand the different forms of interaction, the different forms of communication, the digital, the face to face, the email, the social media, the broadcasting, the phone conversations. So, you know that uh, nowadays we have a lot of forms of interaction, a lot of forms of communication. So, it is very important to enhance our communication skills. We have a lot of mediums of communication skills now. Here I want to discuss the importance of communication skill, the significance of communication skill. Like in previous slide, I have just introduced you, just to define you that what is communication skill, and here I feel important to discuss the value of communication skills in our life. Basically, communication is a word that is derived from Latin term communicare, and it is regarded as people skill or the soft skill. So, communication is very important um, in presenting ourselves um, in our daily life. For example, the first point, like communication skills are needed to speak appropriately with a wide variety of people. Wide variety of people mean that you have a lot of people in your life or around you. Like you have to speak appropriately with your teachers, with your parents. You speak differently with your fellows or with your juniors. So there is a variety of people in your life, and you have to speak them with appropriate language. The second main thing is your good eye contact. Your eye contact shows the confidence in you. The third important thing is that you have to demonstrate a varied vocabulary and a tailored tongue to your audience, to your listener. Fine. So you have a lot of good words, you have a lot of soft words that you have um, to speak with your audience or with your uh, people. And tailor your tongue, tailor your language means that you have a specific words, specific fashioned word uh, that reflects your personality, that reflects your background. Like when we read Greeks, when we read different eras in English language, in the history of English language, then we came to know about the specific words in their time period. So tailor is a word that is used for the fashioned words that are famous in that period. So tailor your language to your audience. And the next point is listen effectively and present your ideas appropriately. If you listen your audience carefully, effectively, then you will be able to answer them in the same way, and you will present your ideas appropriately, effectively to the other person. The next point is write clearly and concisely and work well in a group. Write clearly and concisely means you will have to learn the apt words, the authentic words that will clearly reflect your mind, that will clearly reflect your thoughts. And if you have all these qualities, then you can work well in your group. And the next point is communication skills are needed in order to deliver and understand information quickly and accurately. So, communication skills are very important, are very significant in delivering, in sharing, and understanding information or knowledge very quickly and accurately. Next point, that communication skills are needed in modern corporations. Communication skills are considered as soft science. As I have uh, told you in the start of this slide, that this word communication is derived from Latin word. That word is communicare, and communication is regarded as the soft skill or the people skill. But in modern corporate, in modern skill, communication skills are considered as soft science. That is why uh, it is very important, very significant subject. Students, for your clarity, I have added a very important quotation on communication skill that we are born to see but have to train ourselves to observe. This line has a very deep content, very deep thought that a child can also see the world, but he is unable to define that world. He is unable to define his thoughts about the world. So here, seeing is not everything. Like we are born to see. We are a child can see, an elder can see, but we need a special aspect. We need a particular aspect to understand things. That is what the second half of the line is saying, that we have to train ourselves to observe. We have to train ourselves to explore the world, to explore the meaning, to explore the content, to explore the symbols that God has created for us in the world. And to endorse that idea, to endorse the significance of communication skill, I have added another line, that is, effective leader is the one who develops effective communication skills. And here I give you the example of our Prime Minister Imran Khan, who has given a very effective speech in the United Nations General Assembly. And this is the first time when the whole world has seen us, the whole world has considered us, our issues, with the effect of that communication skill. Here I'm going to discuss 10 important principles of communication skills. The first one is active listening. Students, here focus on the word listening. Listening is different from hearing. Listening is basically a conscious effort to listen the words. And listening means that you are paying close attention to the person who is speaking to you, and you are not only listening the words, but you are listening the verbal, and you are observing the non-verbal words, means the gestures. Fine. When you are listening to someone, then you are focusing on the words and you are observing on the body language of that person. Isn't so? So many times when you are unable to understand the word, the gesture of that person will let you know about his idea or his uh, knowledge. So listening is very important, and a person who is listening should understand the idea and pick the keywords. And students, you know that people who are active listeners are well regarded by their fellows, by their colleagues, and their workers, co-workers. So because of the attention and the respect they offer others. When a person is active listener, he is well regarded by his colleagues, he is well regarded by his fellows, just because of the attention and the respect of their words. And it also retain information through memory or notes, and they will give feedback as well. And the next point is that while it seems that it is so simple, But this skill, active listening, is very hard to develop and very difficult to improve. There is a survey, and in that survey, it, it resulted as 82% are active listener, while 18% people are active speaker. So the majority of the people are active listeners. And you can be an active listener by focusing on the speaker, and then you will have to avoid barriers and distractions like your cell phone, your laptop, and your other project by preparing questions and comments or ideas to thoughtfully respond. It is very important that you will participate in that group, and you will actively listen the words, and you will avoid the barriers, you will avoid the distractions to listen the words carefully. Now we have the second important principle of communication skill, that is adapting your communication style to your audience. Means that you have to follow a style, you have to adopt a style that is related with your audience. For example, if you are hosting a show, then your communication style is different. While if you are a candidate of an interview, then your style is different. So, as we know that there are different styles of communications and all are appropriate in different situations. So, to make best use of our communication skills, it is important to consider our audience and the most effective format to communicate with them. For example, uh, we have to know that to whom we are interacting, uh, what type of people are in our audience, what is their age, and what are their occupation. Like occupation reflects their interest. So it is very important to know the psyche of your audience while adopting your communication style. For example, if you are communicating with a potential employer, it is better to send a formal email or call them on the phone. Depending on the situation, you may even need to send a formal typed letter over other forms of communication. And in the workplace, you may find it's easier to communicate complex information in person or via a video conference than a long, dense email. Fine. In office, you have different aspects to communicate, different ways to communicate with your colleagues, while overall in general life, you have different styles of communication and all are appropriate in different situations. And you have to adopt one style that is related with your audience or with your the person who is engaged with you in conversation. The third important principle of communication skill is friendliness. In friendship, characteristics such as honesty, kindness, uh, love, likeness, your care, your trust, and your understanding is very much important. So the same characteristics are important in workplace relationship as well. So if you're working with others, approach your interaction with a positive attitude and keep an open mind and ask questions to help you to understand where they are coming from. Friendliness, student, is very important in your communication skills. Friendliness means your down to earth attitude with your fellows. Friendliness means your caring attitude with your fellows, and the kind attitude, the fair attitude with your fellows. So, when you are working with your fellows, with your colleagues, then approach your interaction with the positive attitude, with the kind attitude, and keep an open mind and ask questions to help them, and to ask questions to solve the problems, to solve the issues. And the most important thing is that the small gestures of kindness, that are small gestures are very important, and that small gestures plays the vital role in your communication skills. Like small gestures such as asking someone how they are doing, how they are, like if you smile and speak and offer praise for their work well done, can help you a productive relationship, a very useful relationship, a very strong relationship with your colleagues and with your fellows. So friendliness is very important, is a um, key principle of communication skills. This is the fourth important principle of communication skill, the confidence. Confidence means the feeling or the belief that one can have on on his personality or her personality. So there are many ways to appear confident, including by making eye contact when you are addressing someone, and your body language, that you are sitting up straight with your shoulder open and preparing ahead of time so your thoughts are polished. So, you will find confident in communication comes in handy not just on the job, but during the job interview, it is very important as well. You see, when you communicate with confidence, then your words are more powerful, your words are more strong than ever. And your eye contact and your body language reflect your personality, the strength of your personality, that how strong you are. And on workplace, definitely it is more important to be confident, to be strong, and to prove yourself. So confidence is important. It makes your words powerful, it makes your personality strong. The fifth principle of communication skill is giving and receiving feedback. Giving and receiving feedback means that you are negotiating, you are interacting on very solid points. So, a strong communicators are able to accept critical feedback and provide constructive input to others. In Urdu, as we use the term तनकीद बराए तनकीद और तनकीद बराए इसलाह बोला जाता है ना, इसी तरह giving and receiving feedback, we should be constructive, we should be productive in giving our feedback. सिर्फ अगर हम तनकीद करेंगे तो फिर वो बात जो है उसका वजन ख़त्म हो जाएगा। आप किसी की बात को एक्सेप्ट नहीं कर रहे, और आप अपनी बात भी सिर्फ एक सरफेस लेवल पे बात कर रहे हैं, तो वो पॉइंट ही ख़त्म हो जाता है। इसी तरह strong communicators are able to accept the critical feedback and provide constructive input to others. Your points, your feedback should be constructive, it should be productive. Fine. And the next point is that feedback should answer questions, provide solutions, and help to strengthen the project or topic at hand. When we are giving our feedback, it should be based on some statements as if it is answering any question, it is the retaliation of any issue, it is the response of any issue. So it provides solutions and it helps to make strong that project. It helps in the productive manner. It helps in the कंस्ट्रक्टिव मैनर. सो उस प्रोजेक्ट को हेल्प आउट करना चाहिए, ना कि उस प्रोजेक्ट को ही एक क्वेश्चन बना दें आप. ठीक है. फीडबैक इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट एज फार एज कम्युनिकेशन स्किल्स आर कंसर्न. This is the sixth principle of communication skills, and it is volume and clarity. Like when you are speaking, it's important to be clear and audible. जब आप बोल रहे हो, it is very important to be clear and audible. So your points are easy to understand, are easy to respond. And the second thing is your volume. जो आप बोलते हैं, आपकी आवाज का वॉल्यूम. ठीक है, जैसे हम टीवी में एडजस्ट करते हैं. So adjusting your speaking voice so you can be heard in a variety of settings is a skill, and it's critical to communicating effectively. जब आपकी आवाज ऑडिबल होगी, नॉर्मल होगी, सुनने के काबिल होगी, then everyone can understand and response. जो भी आप कह रहे हैं सबको समझ आएगा, and everyone will respond to your points. और आपका वॉल्यूम और आपकी क्लैरिटी ही आपकी कम्युनिकेशन को इफेक्टिव बना सकती है. The next point is speaking too loudly may be disrespectful or awkward in certain settings. Your volume should be normal. Your volume should be soft spoken होना चाहिए. ठीक है. And अगर loudly बोलेंगे तो it should be considered as a disrespect or awkward in different scenario. Fine. So if you're unsure, read the room to see how others are communicating. सबको देख लें, सब किस लहजे में, सॉफ्ट टोन में बात कर रहे हैं, रिस्पेक्ट से बात कर रहे हैं, नॉर्मल वॉल्यूम के साथ, क्लियर और सिंपल वर्ड्स के साथ बोल रहे हैं. सो आप भी उस चीज़ को फॉलो करें और उस तरह से बात करें. Empathy is the seventh principle of communicating skills. Empathy means having empathy, that you can understand and share the emotions of others, that you have the same feelings and you are understanding other people, their emotions, their feelings, their tone, their language, and their words. This is called empathy. And this communication skill is important in both team and in one-to-one setting. In both cases, you will need to understand other people's emotions and select an appropriate response. For example, if someone is expressing anger or frustration, then empathy can help you acknowledge and diffuse their emotion. How? Please think about it, how you can tackle that situation through empathy. Let me answer it. Because you can very well understand and you can feel his or her emotions. You can feel the tone. You can feel the situation of um his or her, and you can tackle it with the same feelings as if you are facing that issue. So, when you feel that issue, when you feel that frustration or anger, then you can help him by acknowledging and diffuse his emotion. So, at the same time, being able to understand when someone is feeling positive and enthusiastic can help you get support for your ideas and projects. So, empathy is very important in communication skills, and it creates a strong bond that is based on the care and the love and the affection, and uh, it will create a good environment uh, with your fellows. Respect, it is another important principle of communication skills. A key aspect of respect is knowing when to initiate communications and respond. It means that you have to take the time, you have to take the care about your turn, that you will not interrupt, you should not interrupt during that interaction or communication. Interruption is considered as a disrespect to the other person. So, in a team or in a group setting, allowing others to speak without interruption is seen as a necessary communication skills tied to respectfulness. So, respectfully communicating also means using your time with someone else wisely, staying on the topic, asking clear questions, and responding fully to any questions you will have been asked. So, respect is very important, and it play a vital role in uh, in creating a very peaceful environment, a peaceful situation, and respect is a key element, a key principle in that group setting, in that office setting, and it is a very necessary element of communication skills. This is the ninth principle of communication skills, and this is understanding non-verbal cues. A great deal of communication happens through non-verbal cues such as body language, facial expressions, and eye contact. And I have discussed these non-verbal cues in previous slide under the discussion of confidence. So these non-verbal cues are directly associated with the confidence. So when you're listening to someone, you should be paying attention to what they are saying as well as their non-verbal language. But by the same measure, you should be conscious of your own body language when you are communicating to ensure you are sending appropriate cues to others. So non-verbal cues are uh, the the very important and is the significant part of our communication. The non-verbal gestures, expressions, eye contact and body language shows a lot of things with our communication. It is not just limited with the confidence, but it will uh, expose the the fact. It will expose the sensitivity of that issue. Like when we speak, if you are talking or about an accident or any other sad issue, then uh, your tears will prove that the fact or the accident is true, or the situation whatever you are telling is true or false. So your body language and your non-verbal cues plays an important part in your communication skills. And when you are facing a haphazard situation, when you are confused, then your non-verbal cues tells or expose you that you are confused. Fine. So understanding non-verbal cues are very important in communication skills. This is the last principle of communication skills: responsiveness. Responsiveness, in simple, we can say that response is the reaction, response is the reply, response is the retaliation of your action, your statement, or your knowledge, your information. So responsiveness is very important in communication skills. It extend your communications. It strengthen your communication. So whether you are returning a phone call or sending a reply to an email, fast communicators are viewed as more effective than those who are slow to respond. So one method is considered how long your response will take. Is this a request or a question you can answer in the next 5 minutes? If so, it may be a good idea to address it as soon as you see it. If it's a more complex request or question, you can still acknowledge that you are received the message and let the other person know. You will respond in full later. So this is the technique that I have discussed, um, the technique of response in communication skill. But the response is based on your effort, on your interest, that how quick you respond, how quick you give your feedback, how quick you retaliate the statement. It depends on your interest, on your effort. That and other You can say that a response is important in communication skills because it makes communication complete. Fine. Students, this is not all about communication skills. This is not all about the oral presentation skills. This is the first part, and in the second part, I'll give you more detail about communication skills and about the oral presentation skills, that how you prepare or unprepare yourself for the situation. So this is the first part, and uh, in the next part, inshallah, we will study many other aspects of communication skills. Okay, thank you very much.